Well, allow me to be the bearer of bad news, and I might as well be the author of controversy because I'm definitely going to go against the modern day wind and tide. I don't understand for the life of me why men today are so thirsty. But let me try to get you to comprehend and understand you first before I answer this question. The question is this: is Pastor Dowell, my wife, is getting ready to leave me. What should I do? And of course, in a nutshell, in the skinny, here go your answer. Help her leave. Pack her shit and get it out of your house. That's what you should do. Now, let me give some comprehension to understand this. Listen, we live in a matriarchal world. And if you don't know what that means we live in a world that is ruled and dominated by feminism. I mean, think about this. Let's just use the so-called professional realm out there. A woman can go to work. She can dress provocative, dress any way she wants. And she can dress just like a woman that works in a house of ill repute, thereby challenging a man's senses and desires. And this if you say something to this woman, she can go and file harassment charges against you, and the system will take her word over your word every single time. And I can't tell you how many men probably get fired for stuff like that. All right. Also, you go to these court systems, the family courts, which is outside of the Constitution. It's outside of the three branches of government. It's a total different entity and court system. That's why I told you all from the very beginning, you need to get you some type of ironclad prenuptial agreement before you even think about marrying a woman or becoming a faith, and then get someone that, their word is just as good as their bond, just like your word is good as your bond, and your bond is your word, vice versa. But if you go inside these court systems, man, you getting ready to get raped, robbed, pillaged, stolen, theft, legalized theft. You're going to be at a sore disadvantage. And so I don't know why that it is, but in this world, if you choose to function in this system, you don't stand a snowball chance in hell. Man, what you need to realize is that you are the prize. And I know that some people have been duped and deceived into seeing this. Now, let me categorize the men here. I'm talking about hardworking men who provide a living, a stable environment. And this is just so happened to be with this man right here. He makes a very nice income. I think his trouble is my own personal opinion, and that the reason why his wife is leaving him is because she is a so-called professional woman, and he's noticed her behavior has changed, and she has become very distant with him. And of course, I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going on, brother. She done got somebody else. Oh, I just can't believe it because I love her. Brother, it has nothing to do with you loving her. Listen, for those of us who believe in the Bible, I often tell people this over and over and over again. And then when people try to go research it, they never get back with me. Show me one place in the Bible, especially since we act like that we are a Christian religious nation. Show me one place in the Bible that it commands and demands for a woman to love her husband. I'll be waiting. I'll be posted down there. I'll be waiting, okay? I will be waiting, all right? Because you ain't going to find it. But I can show you in the Bible where it commands a man to love his wife. Now, how do you define that love? That love is defined based on the law that Christianity tells you is done away with. And that law is food, clothing, and conjugal rights. That means you are there to provide. You are there to protect. You are there to give sexual rights to this woman, and you are not to diminish her in any kind of way possible. All right, what is she charged to do? To submit to you. What does the American woman do? She doesn't submit at all. As a matter of fact, I remember when I was at a church in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Jacob's Well Church up there, and during a debate, And in that debate, they was asking questions. I told the women, you're going to submit. And boy, you should have seen it was like a growl and a snarl that came out. And I heard a few of them said, no, I ain't either. No, I ain't. I said, yes, you are too. You will submit. Now, most people thinking that I'm commanding and demanding them to submit to that man, it makes no difference. It really, truly makes no difference whether people comprehend it, get it or not. In this life or the life to come, you're going to submit because that's just the order of things. And of course, man, you ought to see how they rise up in utter rage when you tell them to submit. Now, the man is the dominant species. He places his seed into the woman, which is the field. And the man, when he puts his seed into the woman is bringing forth his child, not her child, his child. And that's what needs to be understood. But that's not the way it is when you choose to actually function after this system. Well, Pastor Dowell, how do I function after this system and stuff? How do I not function after this system and still be able to gain? Hey, you're going to have to listen to me for a while because I'm not about to go over that. What I'm trying to do right now is trying to lay some things out for you to understand. Listen, if you got a woman that's thinking about or talking about she want to leave her, let her ass leave. Get goodbye, good riddance, so the hell on. There are, for every, I think that the woman to man's ratio, I think here in America, there are 6 million women surplus more than men. And the numbers are growing increasingly every single day when you consider all these warrantless wars that we're in, when you consider all the men that are incarcerated, when you consider the men that are in jail or on drugs. We consider the type of many men that get killed. When you consider the men that are daredevils and do all kind of stuff and die. I mean, men are dying at a greater rate than women. And women are pretty much left with the children. All right, think about this for a second. So when you start putting those numbers out, there's probably, for every one man, there's probably 6 women that are trying to vie for the attention of their man. That's the reason why in the beginning, that they act like they humble, they act like they love you, they act like they submissive towards you and stuff. But then when you get married, so-called married, when you get married, because most people think they ain't married unless they get approval from the state of Tennessee. You got to make up your mind who you're going to be under, the state of Tennessee, because they do give you perks, or any state in the union, because they're going to give you perks, or you married under God, the creator of the universe. But that's neither here nor say. You make your own choice and decision. But, man, when you start thinking about the way that this thing is laid out to make a mental, physical slave out of all men. Why you think MGTOW is gaining so much steam? Why you think that when you look out, especially when you look out on YouTube, you look out on social media, many of the women who have turned around and adopted the feminist platform, they are alone, they are sexually frustrated, they have chased away every good man that it possibly could be because of their theology, their ideology. And watch this. And nobody wants them. Y'all understand? When a woman gets 35 years old, men, listen to me, I'm going to teach you something. Her biological clock is ticking. All of a sudden, something just starts clicking in her head. Now, when she starts approaching 30, stuff starts clicking in her head. That if she's done went out here and done played the world, played the field, and got a high body count and stuff, all of a sudden she wants to settle down. And she wants to become this modeled woman. That's what they try to do. And they don't realize that there's a lot of spiritual cleaning that needs to happen and go on and stuff, especially if you've been a very promiscuous woman out here in this world. And the reason why they do that, because this society teaches that a woman is just as good as any man. And I often say, if you're just as good as any man, then you ain't no damn good. But a woman is not equal to a man in any way, shape, fashion, and form. And I've said it many times, I say, okay, good. If they equal to men, then let them join the infantry and put their ass out there on the front line in Afghanistan. Let them stay out there and go on missions. Let them jump out of airplanes in hot LZs, rappel out of helicopters. Let them go on recon missions. Let them stay out there. Let them do everything that the man does in order to protect and defend his country and the home. Let them do all this since they just as good as any man. Put them out there so they can fight the Taliban. Oh, well, no. Hold on, hypocrites. Which one is it? They ain't no need in having no double standard here. You see, the problem is that this world has sold the women a bill of goods, and they have taken the hook, line, and sinker. And now we have, in this world, more than anything, we have a single woman with all these children, sometimes children from 2 or 3 men. And her value is done diminished, and nobody wants her no more. And this man right here is concerned about his wife wanting to leave him, with so many other women out there available. Listen, I'll guarantee you that there is at least one good woman out of 100 somewhere. But you can't be going out there and just because a woman gets up in your face and starts speaking sweet nuts and winking at you with their eyes and stuff and carry on. You can't get deceived by this stuff. You better start looking at function. And first thing, foremost, we really want to find a good one. You better make sure that she really fears Yah. But if she tries to control, manipulate, rule, and dominate you in any kind of way, get to stepping. You'll protect yourself from a lot of heartache and trouble. I realize I made a lot of enemies on this, but if you want more enemies, go join me over my Pateron. I'll give you more truth than this.